Alright, hello everyone, my name is Zach and welcome to another live stream of Sims 3 Pets, my 100% series. I just want to go ahead and put this out there. It's very possible that my stream may actually overheat because my Xbox may actually overheat. Excuse me. Because it's already like pretty hot and it's been running for about 30-35 minutes. So if that happens, and once again, I am actually going to, be ending the stream. The series is going to be put on hiatus, as I said before, and then, for the moment, since our one will be streamed in this place, I will essentially need to, buy a new 360, and I'm not going to be able to do that until I get paid in a week or so. Gonna go, dog? Hey, refrigerator, eat leftovers, French toast. One thing that I will say is, I am actually, I'm actually a little bit happy at the moment because we're actually getting like a lot of stuff done in this, series. We're actually so close to being done with this generation, and we don't really have that much left with this series at all. So I'm actually really kind of happy that it's actually nearing the end. One thing that I was a little bit concerned about is I don't know if it's possible for dogs to dig up something you planted. I don't know if it's possible, but it would kind of make sense because dogs can do that shit all the time in real life. And you go home. Inventory. I need you to work on your homework. If you hear my dog barking, I can't do anything about it, so just really do apologize for that. My dogs are just kind of an idiot. They bark at everything. Yeah, I need you to go into your inventory. And do your homework. How are you doing, Alec? I thought that was broken.
Oh.
What can me Abby do? It's just you can do whatever.
Kawati? Huh?
Gort, inventory. Repair.
Zavani Gertz.
Oh, Grotzel. Ooh, Samala Bepso.
Okay, one thing I will say is, I did kind of realize something regarding tomorrow's Infamous stream. And that's a problem that I realize the game has, where it's kind of problematic, I guess you could say. The mission / side quest structure, where a lot of the side quests are very repetitive, and because of that, they're very monotonous and tedious to do. They are required for 100% completion. They are required for the platinum trophy, so I do have to do them. It's just kind of frustrating, I think, because I was gonna go ahead and put on Unbreakable. It's kind of frustrating in my eyes because I keep on trying to sit down, like enjoy that game for a considerable amount of time, but I just keep on finding myself just not enjoying it. And this is kind of like true for a lot of games. But I think I ended the stream last Saturday like an hour early because I wasn't really having fun. I wanted to take a break. And it's, in my eyes, it's kind of problematic because it's just, I want to sit down and I want to enjoy Infamous 1. But I don't like how all of the side quests repeat after a certain point. And apparently that's actually very common for 360 games. It's just honestly kind of disappointing, I guess you could say. Now, just as a reminder, we're only missing one cooking recipe before we're going to be moving on. The cooking recipe that we are missing is ambrosia. It will always be a perfect recipe, so it's not like we have to just cook it multiple times for us to get a chance of getting it. Once we get ambrosia maxed out, then once we get a perfect recipe, we are essentially done with this generation. So have that to look forward to. I also want to point out that Gort is very close to dying, as morbid as that sounds. And we do have a chance of getting 2 challenges. We can get Dance with Reaper, and we can get Scare the Reaper. Another $9 raise.
Zunk. Huh.
Hey,
Uncle?
just gonna go ahead and fast forward a little bit. Tanisha aged up. Which means we're gonna be changing the thing because I want to make sure that we have everything ready. Two days, 4 days. So Tanisha is the person that we're gonna be getting a relationship with Dylan. I every now and then I kind of hear discourse of people referring to players like me where they just kind of plan out like characters that they're gonna you want to like have your child to marry. Like I've seen like reports like on disc on Reddit forums, someone like referring to another person as a groomer or a pedophile, whatever, for just planning to have like your child sim get into a relationship with another child sim in their adulthood. I personally never really put much weight into those type of arguments. Personally, I think it's more like strategizing rather than anything else. But people just have their own like opinions, and no harm in that.
Sima Devai. Sahi? Ib.
Huh?
Yeah, I need you to eat leftovers, French toast. I'm gonna have me use a bathroom. Then we are gonna have you sleep.
Whip na chaba dark!
Doesn't really matter what we have these people do, but I do want to make sure that we're ready. In fact, we're gonna put in a save here just in case, because I want to get the refresh stuff done. Okay. Now, one thing I will say is this is really my first experience with gardening of any kind. And there are challenges related to gardening that we will have to do, so... But we're not going to worry about that until later. My dogs are going ape shit again. Nothing I can do about that, I do apologize. Watch TV. So, for those curious, there are two challenges related to death, as I mentioned before. One of them is for dancing with the Reaper, and the other is for scaring the Reaper. We're gonna be trying to do both. Literally, Gord is on the verge of being, of dying. Like, he's just literally right on the border.
Ooh. Oh.
And let's have you eat leftovers, French toast.
Mmm. Mmm.
What I'm actually kind of curious about is I never actually had a sim die in this version of the game. And original Sims 3 that I played on Nintendo Wii, whenever Sims died, they leave behind a tombstone. And there was a point when I first, really my first experience with the Sims game on Sims 3 and Nintendo Wii, but after the third generations, the AI, the random Sims started to break, and including it ended up like breaking your current Sims, where it was entirely possible for you to just be walking down the street and see every single sim you pass just randomly die because they're just no longer capable of taking care of their needs. In fact, I tried to like play normally, and eventually my own sims just stop being able to like take care of their needs. Like I tried to have my sim just eat something out of the fridge, and he literally just grabs the food, takes it on the ground, and I keep on telling him to pick up the food and eat it, and he just picks it up and puts it on the ground again, and he ends up starving to death that way. Meanwhile, everywhere you go in town, you will see like tombstones from where Sims have died. And it was honestly very, very frustrating, and honestly kind of depressing, the fact that you couldn't go far before you saw Sims dying. And that was actually something that was actually very common with Sims 3 on Nintendo Wii. For some reason, Nintendo Wii's version is just freaking broken. And we're currently on our third generation now, and so far the Sims things hasn't been broken yet, but
Oh. Oh.
I'm really just keeping an eye on this guy. Because I know he's gonna die any minute now.
Oh. Oh. Ni siwa. Oh. 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 Oh.
You are by far the dumbest dog ever. Eat your food, dumbass. really just I'm trying to do a couple of things right now. I am of course trying to wait for Gore to pass so that we can get 2 challenges out of the way, or possibly just 1. Because I get the feeling the Reaper's not going to stick around for that long. The other thing that I want to try and do is get this plant grown. It takes about 6 days for it to grow. Take a shower. Need you to use a bathroom. I actually scared the Reaper once before on the original Sims 3. I'm assuming it's gonna be like the Sims, the same reaction. Be kind of funny if one of these Sims games, like if we scare the Reaper freaks out and he accidentally kills you. There is like a myth, common like myth used in like a lot of like media, especially like one that comes to mind is Family Guy, where if you touch the Green Reaper, like his hand or something, or if you touch his scythe, then you will die. That's kind of like a common like trope that's been used in a lot of like fictional media, but I don't actually know if there's ever been a Sims game where if you scare the Reaper accidentally kills you. It'd be kind of interesting if there was. It'd be kind of funny to see that interaction. It would kind of suck as well because you'll be losing a character you may have had an attachment to, but it would still be kind of funny in my eyes. Like it's just something you wouldn't really expect. Is why I think would be funny. When Gort dies, we're gonna try and invite Tanisha Ferguson to move in with us. That way we can keep a close monitor on her actions, make sure that she doesn't get too far up in age and all this kind of stuff. The fact that it's has like that animation for the sprout, it honestly kind of looks almost fully grown. I wonder how close I am for to get like a life fruit. When Dylan gets back, we may just get a birthday cake and just age him up early. And gets back in school, I mean. How is he doing in academics? He's doing fine.
Gipsy. V, Nadu. Chief, Johnny Safasin, Z?
Come on. I really just want to be in the area whenever the Reaper comes.
Boobla's an arm. Bossy what do?
Okay, kids are going to school.
Sandwich. Shibby Dorp. Vep.
Go ahead and use the karma power. See what it gets it up to. 640, just got 10,000 off of that.
Ooh.
I really don't know when the Reaper will come. Like, Gord's bar is fully filled up.
Ooh.
I think it should be any minute now. I also don't know how it works with the Reaper claiming like a robot's soul, I guess. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit. Okay, let's go back to Bobby. I honestly don't know, because I don't actually know, in all honesty, just how aging, I guess, works for this game. Because I assume that it was, when the bar is fully filled, when you're an elder, then that means Reaper's coming. But I don't know, like, how long until, after the bar is filled will come. Or cell phone, quit work.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Ooh. Huh.
Use the bathroom.
Uh-huh.
Then I need to eat.
Ah.
Serve lunch. We're gonna make grilled cheese.
Ooh.
How are you doing? Let's have you eat food, and then we're gonna have you work on your destruction skill. Until 3 hours. Okay, that's fine. Grilled cheese. Grab a plate.
Oh. Oh.
Target John. Use grilled cheese. Grab a plate. I'm really just keeping my close eye on Gord at this point. Okay, let's go here.
Hmm. Huh. Hmm. 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 Ah.
Okay.
Hmm. Hmm.
Really just killing time at this point. See, we need to put the grilled cheese in the fridge. I can't help but be reminded of that joke from The Office. Like when I said we're gonna put that grilled cheese in the fridge. There's a joke where Dwight Schrute says, tell him where you can stick that, Jim. And Jim says, in the fridge. Dwight goes, no, up your butt. And it's such like an immature joke, but I remember that joke was referenced so much in high school. It's kind of funny just how relevant The Office was when I was younger, and how I didn't even didn't even watch the series for the first time until I was in college. Because there's so many references to that show, and when I finally ended up watching it, I wasn't as impressed, and I was only able to get like midway through like season two. But it's just it wasn't. It probably may have been funnier if I watched it at a younger age, but I personally wasn't that impressed. I am also kind of pleased, I guess, that I am a little bit pleased that my criticism of how the Pokemon anime starring Ash Ketchum ended was actually right on the money of how I kind of felt it was rushed, and how they seem to be speed running Ash's journey because for some reason, and it just kind of felt like that it wasn't really believable that Ash was able to accomplish all that, when it just kind of felt like his journey was kind of rushed at the end. Apparently a lot of people actually kind of share my opinion, but what I didn't actually know was the reason why it felt rushed was because the series creator ended up passing away, so they kind of had to like end the series quickly and just choose new protagonists, which I can kind of understand, but I also don't understand as well, because I feel like they're kind of in some ways disrespecting the character, in the sense that it could have been like a good series if they wrote Ash's conclusion in a more believable manner. The problem is, I feel that for most of the series, they kind of constantly just gave Ash like the L, the loss, like always like at the Elite Four, and in seasons like Pokemon, like Gen 4, Gen 3, or Gen 5 as well, where the Elite Four was actually kind of like hyped, or you constantly just saw members of the Elite Four. It honestly kind of felt unearned, I guess you could say. When it kind of felt pointless. I should actually say, where when the Ash finally makes it to the Elite Four, the championship, and then he loses before he even like meets one. And then the one time like he does win the championship and like the Elite Four thing and Alola, he didn't even face the Elite Four, which I honestly kind of felt was kind of disappointing. Because there is an Elite Four in the Alola games, but they just never went that route.
Whee! Ah, woo! Gorgy Narg! Ah! Ah, woo! Zarpy Gene!
This is what we get.
Woo-hoo-hoo! Ah, woo! Gorgy Narg! Ah,
Good night, Jump.
Let's get so.
Okay, I need to look this up. I think charismatic is a trait that I want to go for. Charisma, yeah, let's just go ahead and get the charismatic trait.
Woo-hoo-hoo! Ah! Ah, woo! Zarpy Gene!
Is he fat? I can't tell. Okay, when Dylan is done eating, we're actually gonna have him get new clothes, just change his outfits a bit. Birthday cake, put away leftovers. Change outfit. No, not change outfit. Not change outfit, plan outfit. Inventory.
Marble. Go!
I don't know why he stumbled like that. I've never seen that animation before.
Sashto.
We're gonna change a hairstyle. No. How's this? That's closer. There's actually, looks like maybe is just say. I think I'm gonna go with this. Not exactly what my character looks like that he's kind of based off of, but it's good enough. Every day, tops. No, not a leather jacket. Not a leather jacket. He is a little bit fat. That's fine. And a pattern. Colors and mosaics. And tiles and mosaics. Nope. Where is... Oh my god, stop. Hey, let's try this again. Yeah, it's more like what this suit looks like. It's essentially a patchwork suit, but you don't have that option here. That's essentially a style. Create a style. Misc. As mosaic. And shoes. Formal.
Brunarkdar.
Horrible outfit. Sleepwear. Anything but bunny slippers.
Nebio.
That looks so weird. I'm actually kind of curious about something. It's not fat. To put on the t-shirt on him. I was just kind of curious to see if he was actually overweight or not. Athletic.
Mardunsa.
That's fine. Swimmer.
Mebio.
That's fine.
Blilakdo.
Let's go ahead and put in a save. So at this point, I'm just waiting for Gore to die, as morbid as that sounds, so we can get 2 challenges out of the way. Gonna fast forward a little bit. Use, and then we're gonna have you sleep. Spencer, have you go home and sleep. His waking up. Change outfit every day. Go ahead and play computer games. I'm really just waiting until the Reaper comes at this point. Hygiene, take a shower. They're gonna have you watch TV. I'm really just waiting for the Reaper to come at this point.
Reap, Sasha Mahim, Targame, Dipsadoo, Vartubi, Shibby Zamazon.
How are you doing, Alec?
Urzanagi Flug.
Use the bathroom,
Obel Flug.
take a shower, and Dilon, have you take a shower, and then we're gonna have you practice your speech. Let's have you eat leftovers, grilled cheese. What's the name? Dilon is gonna be working on getting max level in the charisma skill, and we're also gonna see if we can get all the milestones. And we may not be able to, as I think some of them are for getting friends. We may save that for it may save that for a specific lifetime wish.
Barbootsy Tim's Bebsamy Sham.
Dilon is ready for a lifestyle fantastic conversation, becoming a socialite of renown and always knowing the right thing to say. To become more charismatic, Dilon constantly need to get out and socialize with Sims in the neighborhood. Bargain John, use. Doesn't really matter what Gord does, I'm just gonna let him just do whatever. What are you doing? Go here. Yeah, I need you to eat something. Eat leftovers, grilled cheese. Gonna have you use the bathroom. And how is Alec doing? He's doing fine. And garden.
If they bip so good.
Okay. Guess now we can have you, upstairs and sleep, I guess. Okay, I need you to go to the bathroom, clean, use. They're gonna have you watch TV. How are you doing? Actually, let's take a look at everyone's needs. So, Zara's gonna age up in 8 days. We have 13 days for Dilon. See you. Hey, you're watching TV. That's good. I need to sneeze. Ah, God. I'm really just killing time at this point. Not that much I can work on until Gort dies and the ambrosia thing fully grows, so we're just waiting. Why don't you go ahead and wash this plate? We are approaching like 30 minutes away from the 2 hour mark. I think we may be able to go further than that. I don't know how hot my 360 is, but we'll see.
Ooh. Hmm.
Go ahead and fast forward a little bit. Okay, looks like I got some bills to pay. Where are you going? Stop! Stay down here. Stop calling your pet! Jesus. Need you to eat your food and I need you to sleep. You go eat and you play games. Stop doing that. Go to sleep, you dumbass dog. And stop calling him. Do something productive. Why don't you go ahead and play your games? Jesus, man. Stop distracting my Sims. Just die already, please. I want to get some challenges done. As morbid as that sounds. I don't know why Tanisha Ferguson isn't going to school. She'll be a teenager at this point. I need you to sleep. I need you to go home. I need you to go home. Eat leftovers, grilled cheese. Abby, go upstairs and sleep. What are you doing, you dumbass? Stop doing that. You're doing the same thing your dad did. Eat the food. Then we're gonna have you go to sleep. The sooner this thing is growing, the sooner we can move on to the next generation. Just it's taking a very long time for things to progress. Grilled cheese, clean up. Gonna have you take a shower. I'm gonna have you sleep. Really keeping an eye out for that Reaper. Come on. I'm just waiting for that moment for Reaper to come and, like, take Gord away because I need a free household space. It's not like I can send, like, someone away to do whatever. Be so nice that I could kick someone for the household. Eat leftovers, cake slice, go to sleep. Like, our progress is literally hindered by the life footprint growing and by Gort dying. We need one or the other to happen for us to make considerable progress. Come on. I need you to rummage. Zahra Knight, inventory. Do homework. And I need you to type something up. Writing report on Austin Gaddis. I need you to take a shower. Then I need you to go into inventory and work on your homework. It would be so nice if this thing would be fully grown by today, like by 5 a.m. today when things seem to reset. I'm not like holding out hope for that, but I think we're nearing the 6 days. And like the 6 days says to grow, but it also says it needs to be a perfect seed for it to grow successfully. I just don't know. Leftovers, cake slice. You already did your homework? Yeah, you did. Okay, then let's have you eat something. We're gonna have you eat cake. And we're gonna have you watch TV. Then fast forward a little bit. How are you doing, Spencer? You're doing fine. How are you doing, Alec? You need to eat, you need to use the bathroom, you need to take a shower, eat leftovers, cake slice. Gonna have you use the bathroom, take a shower.
Stanku, Menarchi, Korbua.
Gonna have you go upstairs and use the bathroom. We're gonna have you go back downstairs.
Wastubi, Miwa, Zebu.
Okay. As for you, gonna have you eat. Eat leftovers, cake slice. I'm gonna have you watch TV. Gonna have you play games. Go ahead and have your sleep.
Sawi. Hmm. Hmm.
I'm really just waiting for one of two things to happen. So there's just nothing much we can do until either this plant grows or until Gord ages up. Or Gord dies, I should say. Could potentially get 2 challenges with Gord dying, and meanwhile, when this plant grows, we'll be getting the last 2 challenges with the cooking thing, and then as of right now, this generation is done. It doesn't really matter which one will end up happening first, because regardless, like, if this one is done first, then we will be transitioning to get moving on to the next generation. if Gort dies first, then we'll just be getting 1 or 2 challenges out of the way early. We will eventually, I was planning on just doing like a separate playthrough where I was going to do the challenges anyway. It doesn't really make a big difference regardless. Go ahead and fast forward. Argan use. Argan use. I think in 5 seconds in this game, like, I will be able to do this. Ken Garden. Like, it's not quite time yet. Still says it is growing, so it's not ready yet, so it's just back in here and we will continue to play video games. How are you doing? You're doing fine. Nothing much we can do at this moment, so we're literally just killing time. Yeah, let's go ahead and eat leftovers. Have a quick meal. And soup. Take a little shower. Change outfit every day.
Huh? Huh.
I really just need one or two things to happen. Like, Gort needs to die so I can just work on getting Tanisha Ferguson into our household so I can just monitor her. And we need this plant to grow so we can get like two things done, the last two things done for this household, which is like cooking the ambrosia, put to ambrosia, which is the last recipe I need for the cooking challenges. And we are not getting either to happen, so progress has been stagnated for a while. Gort needs to get the fuck out. Really nothing I can do at this moment. Like, I'm literally just killing time at this point. Gonna put in a save here. And while this is saving, I just want to check the temperature of my Xbox. We're currently at the 2 hour mark, thereabouts. It's honestly not as hot as it was when overheated, so I think I'm good to play for a little bit longer. Not at a point where I say, oh my god, it's going to overheat, but it's still decently hot. Let's see if we can actually make some progress. Because as I said, progress has been stagnated lately. Really just need something to happen. Hey, Alec got a raise. Stop chatting with Daryl. Have a quick meal, canned soup. Canned soup, clean up, and then we're gonna go into your inventory. And we're gonna do your homework. Our night, inventory. Do homework. Okay, I need you to go sleep.
Oh.
Okay, let's go ahead and watch TV. Let's watch TV. Eat leftovers. No, not leftovers. Have a quick meal. Canned soup.
Ooh. Oh, aha.
Take a shower, and then we're gonna have you sleep. We need you to go to sleep. Hair. If you're not gonna do it, then I'll just buy a new TV. Lazy bastard. Can you at least upgrade Unbreakable? Nope, because you're stupid. Fine. Do whatever you want. Go ahead and use a karma power on Bobby. That one was actually not that bad. We got like 20,000 off of that. Bargain John, use. I need you to take a shower. And let's go ahead and make some dinner. We're gonna make hamburgers. When are you going to die, Gort? Hamburger, grab a plate. Bobby, we are gonna have you just have you watch TV. Gonna have you put away the leftovers. Gonna have you use a bathroom. Gonna have you clean the toilet and then use a bathroom. I'm gonna have you take a shower. Gonna have you eat leftovers, hamburger. Gonna have you use a bathroom. And we're gonna have you practice speech. As for you, nothing much we're gonna be work on.
Huh.
I need you to eat. Will you stop digging near my plant? That's stressing me the fuck out. Or if there's like a hole near it or something, like if the like a building is too close or whatever, then the plant will become stunted. That's really what I'm worried about. These dumbass dogs keep on digging near my plant. Okay, I need you to play computer games. Congratulations, Dilon has just improved his charisma skills to level 2. He can now use amusing greets. I don't want you to do that. God, I hate it when they do that shit. They just go randomly, go here and use a bathroom.
Duke. Belko Webby. Barco Tansy, Badenaflap. Gorampatino. Lesa, Zabawa Katib. Zahra. Isa Popsum Zeeble Doob.
Thing is, other than Deathfish, I don't know like if any of this stuff is even any good. So I'm just gonna go ahead and catch another fish. And we will do with what I know works.
Belko Webney. Barco Tansy, Badenaflap. Zebadu. Maha. Ushwa. Tiprani Bazel. Suba Shamas. Bahu. Midu. Hargame Dipsadu. Bart.
And now we can fertilize that plant.
Sasume Bonita. Shubo. Nibagi. Welky. Benzi.
I'm thinking that maybe in one more day it will. Now she got charisma level 3. I'm thinking that maybe in one more day it will be fully grown. I don't know.
Shabaza. Dawazi. Gazu Cerno. PG. For Rita. Neat. Jelsa. Niza Voon. Orbazi. Nikida. Wabla D. Sabaga. Shazava.
Dylan Knights change outfit every day.
Oh,
Didn't realize it was Saturday. I mean, is she adult?
Stumsa.
She is an adult. God dang it. Well, that screws up my plans.
Oh. Yeah.
Okay, so now things have actually changed.
Kixie. Ugh.
So 4 days, 2 days.
Woo.
Did not realize she was an adult. So that actually kind of changes a lot of things. So right now, I'm just trying to speed up time a little bit so that we can, number one, just have this motherfucker die finally. And number two, so we can just get things ready for the next household.
Oh. Jumbo.
There's really nothing I can really do. My hands are tied at the moment. If Tanisha Ferguson was still a teenager, I could have tried like get into a romantic relationship between her and Dylan. But since she is an adult, you can't do anything until we switch generations. My hands are tied at the moment. Like we need to get the cooking recipe done, so we need this fucking plant to grow, and we need to actually be a successful harvest and not like a bad quality thing. That's another thing. We need to get ready to transition to adulthood, to the next generation, where we're gonna be primarily having a household of just Zahra, Dilon, and hopefully Tanisha. Last thing that we need is, and this one is optional. We don't need to do this right now, but it is something that we can do, which is to have Gort pass away so that we can get either one or two challenges done. There are a lot of things that we need to take care of, and right now, we can't really do much of anything until A, this plant grows, or B, until Gort dies. If this plant grows, we'll be able to get that recipe done and we'll be able to move on to the next generation. If Gort dies, we'll be able to invite Tanisha into our household and we can just make sure that she doesn't like age up too fast. And we can get something done for her character. We're at a stalemate. Like our progress is stagnated right now until we get some things done, and we can't do anything until we get some things done. And it's really dumb. It's really dumb.
Garsim. Ooh, quants.
What I'm trying to focus on as of right now is I'm trying to make sure that we have everything in a good enough spot. So I'm really just trying to keep an eye on like all the needs, making sure that is nothing is kind of going out of control. We need to sleep. I'm gonna have you turn off the thing. You're gonna have you continue to work on your speech. And as of right now, like, we can't do much of anything until we get some progress done. Either Gordon needs to die or something else needs to happen. Like, it's just progress is freaking stagnated, as I said before. Hamburger, clean up. Fucking John, use. We're gonna have you sleep. We already did your homework. I think we did. Yes, we did. There's really nothing much I can do at this moment, so I'm really just playing normally until we get something to happen. Clean. Use. Gonna have you eat.
Ooh.
Let's see, we're gonna use our karma power.
Oh, Pingor.
Copy night. Inventory. Okay, you need to stop waking up and do what I tell you to do and go to sleep. God, I reminded that song from Eminem, like, go to sleep, bitch. Why are you still alive? How many times must I tell you, close your eyes? Also getting reminded of that children's book read by Samuel L. Jackson. That's a pretty funny video, look it up. I think it's called Go the F to Sleep. Watch TV. Really would love to be able to get some challenges done today, but I don't know if it's gonna happen. Really just killing time at this point. Leftovers, hamburger, gonna help me use a bathroom. I have a burger place in town that's actually like, we have a couple of burger places in town that's really good. Like one of them is they're both like local chains. Like one of them is like Big Reds, which is like a barbecue place. It's oddly enough, it has like kind of a weird schedule where there's some days during the week, like Friday, for example, they're not Friday, but Saturday, like they're closed. But there's also some days during the week where they're closed as well. I don't know if it's because like some type of religion or something that some people have, but some of the staff have. But I know that Chick-fil-A has Sundays off because you don't work on the Sabbath or whatever. But this burger place is actually like really good. They actually serve pickled onions with their burgers, and that pickled onions is so good. There's also another burger place, another local chain. There's like three of these businesses that are within our town. They're like they're nowhere else, but it's called like Jake's Burgers and something back here. But I think it's probably Burgers and Brews or something. But they have some really good burgers, but they have large portions of fries. It used to be like it used to be that if you ordered a burger with fries, they give you this big container with fries that you would not be able to eat everything with your burger because they just give you way too many fries. Then they kind of changed things up. They gave you like a pouch of fries, like a paper bag of fries. And even then, they gave you way too many fries than you could realistically consume. But their burgers, both of those places' burgers are really freaking good. In particular, Jake's has something called ballpark fries, which has like garlic and cilantro and all this kind of like really good like seasoning stuff. And oh my god, is that stuff really good? I think they kind of dropped that and they just kind of have like garlic fries now. But when they had it, ballpark fries was like the best. What's kind of funny is the Red Lobster in the next town over is actually probably going out of business, and apparently they did something which was kind of detrimental to their success, which is they had like a thing for a while where it's all you can eat shrimp, and apparently a lot of people would just order that, and they would actually kind of lose money off of the all you can eat shrimp special. and it lost so much money that the place actually closed down, which was actually really surprising to me. Like Red Lobster is kind of one of those chains where it's just I always just kind of feel like they are always successful because they're just kind of one of those chains that's just like the only thing that would kind of hinder their success is really the location. Like if you just have like a Red Lobster like out in the sticks, there it's not going to be as successful. But if you go place in like a high traffic area, it will be. It's kind of like the same thing for like Olive Garden and IHOP. Like for the most part, I do kind of consider those places to be like really successful businesses, and it would be kind of hard for you to have like a location, a business of those type of things that are actually unsuccessful. But it's kind of one of those things. Like it's just really kind of one of those things where it's kind of really hard to fail. And it's kind of the same thing with casinos. Like if you own a casino, you're essentially you have like a free money factory because people will always come to give you money to gamble, and all the freaking gambling machines, all the things are always weighted in the house's favor. Like even if you win, you don't win for long. That's just how bad casinos are. That's why I don't typically gamble for any reason. Just it's always like in the house's favor. And let's see how close we are to one day away. Yeah, I need you to eat. I'm really just killing time. There's just really nothing else I can really work on at this moment, so.
Nesbazoo.
Come on, just literally the most time consuming thing. Okay, 1 more hour we can turn this planet again. Hopefully it's gonna be ready now. Okay, so this light plant is fully grown. We just need to get fruit from it. I thought it's gonna open and be ready now, but it's not the case. Eat leftover spaghetti.
Oh, Pingor.
Fucking John, use. Gort, hey, buddy, when are you gonna die? Let's actually take a look at the milestones for this. Celebrities are acquaintances, or at least 25 local Sims. Respectable has learned at least 50 traits of their friends and neighbors. Super friendly can have 20 friends. Everyone's best friend is 10 best friends. Comedian has successfully told one of their jokes which amounts to quite a few laughs. Okay.
Barble flaunt mana. May. Shubad?
Tezazu Manch. Tabby. Zamnivi Zapazud.
I need you to use a bathroom. I need you to take a shower. And Zahra.
Shibo. Nibagi? Zabag.
I'm honestly kind of thinking about aging up Zahra right now. Something I'm heavily thinking about. I may just wait.
Elko Webney. Barco Tansy. Badenavlap.
I may wait, just have her age up naturally.
Welky. Benzich. Luby. Barzebny. Well.
Tezazu Manch.
You have been streaming for about 3 hours. I'm actually gonna save here.
Barble flaunt mana. Zamay. Shubad? Hargame Dipsadu? Bartubi? Shibby Zamazaz.
Do we still have to work on the partner? No. Good.
Samzigada Zob.
Merely just killing time at this point. At level 4, you can now use flirtatious greets. So there's really nothing much I can do at this point other than make sure that everyone's needs are met. It's just we're just killing time like until something of interest happens.
Zibadu. Maha. Wishwa. Tezu Manch. Pab. Amni.
Zood.
So I didn't continue playing computer games. How are you doing, Alec? You're doing fine.
Bebzami. Shampasa. Adu. Maha. Huh? Wishwa. Gazu. Durno. PG. For Reebzadi. Neeps. Sasame Bonata. Sheepo. Nibagi. Belko Webney. Barco Tansy. Bazenaflat.
Come on, just give me something. George died. Plants grow. Give me something to do. Can Simbots even die? So they can in fact die of old age. It's just this Gort is apparently very stubborn.
Blossom furs.
Inventory. How are you doing, Spencer? Like a good time for you to sleep. Eat leftovers, spaghetti. Gonna have you use a bathroom. Gonna have you sleep. Spaghetti, clean up. Use the bathroom. Watch TV. Eat leftovers, spaghetti. Go to sleep. Eat leftovers, spaghetti. Go to the bath, clean, and then go to the bathroom. Go to sleep. Okay, now Zahra should be aging up now. Like, possibly during the night. She is, we should be able to choose a lifetime wish and her final trait now. Bobby and night, change outfit every day. Like computer games, nothing much I can be do. You need to eat, stop sniffing out something, I need to eat, and I need you to chew. Sleeping, sleeping. I don't really care like what her outfit is. We're not gonna be sticking with this generation for long. I don't know if he got this one before he may have. Bobby is now full and mature, at least some of the time adult. When you think about establish yourself in her career and family life while she still has time. Let's go back to sleep. Let's go back to sleep. Let's go back to sleep. Alec is leveling up, and again, I don't really care uh, what his outfit is, because we're not gonna be staying with this generation for long.
Ah! Whee! Ah!
See, so I need you to eat. I need you to take a shower. And let's just have you watch TV. Really nothing much I can do at this moment, so we're just gonna have you go upstairs and use the bathroom. Bobby is already up, so we're gonna have you... Actually gonna have you cook something. Gonna make... ratatouille. Oh, it's been going off quite a bit. Nothing interesting. Go ahead and eat leftovers, spaghetti. Gonna have you take a shower. Then we're gonna have you play computer games. Leftovers, ratatouille. Gonna have you take a shower. Then we're gonna have to go to sleep again. I'm really just killing time. Hey, it's not gorgeous time yet. I don't care. Play chess. Do something to occupy your time. So at this point, I'm just trying to kill time desperately. I don't think that we're gonna get Gore to pass away at this time, so I may need to create a new household for those two challenges. And again, like, I'm not in any rush to do this. If we get those, great. If not, oh well. What I'm trying to do as of the moment is to try and get this last cooking recipe done. Yeah, we're almost there, so hopefully be able to harvest some fruit from this and we'll be able to cook that recipe. Yeah, we don't have access to the past yet. And you can go to sleep. This is just so dumb. Like, I need to get light fruit and it's not growing. I'm trying to figure out like how long it takes to for it to fully grow. It takes a long time to produce. No. No. How long to produce? Like, how long is a long time? Life fruit. How long to produce? So dumb. I just want to get this stupid recipe cooked. I need you to get the fuck out of here so that I can tend to your guys' needs. Use the bathroom. And I need you to eat. use, take a shower. It's so dumb. Okay, practice speech. Workout, strength. Don't break a sweat. I'll be nice, change the outfit every day. Pay bills. Just work on your logic, I guess. Nothing else I want to do at this moment. I just need this life fruit to grow. What we can do is, I think we got a life fruit by digging with a dog. So we may be able to get a life fruit just by digging. That may be an alternative. Digging, sniff out, seed. Digging, sniff out, seed. Just verify something. Money tree seed on money tree seed. Digging, sniff out, seed. I believe this is how I got the light fruits when I was playing the previous generation when I was trying to build a Simbot. Death seed and a money tree seed. Digging, sniff out. Not gem. Digging, sniff out. Seed. Money tree seed and flame fruit seed. Digging, sniff out. Someone was bursting in the Mirror City Hall today, and the police were called on the case. Luckily, Alec arrived on the scene, and 55 minutes later, was able to deduce which person was the real mayor and which was the imposter. Alec is given a bonus for such wonderful attention to detail. Flame fruit seed and death seed. See, you're aging up in 2 days. You're gonna be aging up any day. Eat leftovers, ratatouille. Honestly, there's no point in having you do homework. May as well just have you go to sleep. Eat leftovers, ratatouille. I really just want to get this generation done. We've been literally needing like for the past like 3 or 4 streams. Eat leftovers, ratatouille. Till the night, inventory. Let's see. Let's have you go to sleep. I need you to write report on Austin Goddess. We're gonna have you go to sleep. You should be aging up any day now, like any minute now. How are you doing? Let's have you eat. Let's have you sleep. Have you take a shower. That's how you eat. That's how you watch TV. So as finally a young adult with all the privilege and responsibility of adulthood, our future is wide open. What will she accomplish? Because of her success in school, he may choose to trade for Zahra. Hey. So once again, she is gonna be in the evil career. Criminal career. Traits. Honestly, we have everything we need for this. It doesn't really matter what we get. Honestly, flirty may be a good one. It kind of fits with Zara's character that she's kind of based on. She is gonna be the thief. I'm a master thief. Go ahead and plan outfit. Because I do not like this look.
Azasnax Bimba.
Clothing. Every day. Tops. My character of Zara wears a leather jacket and jeans. I find that we're golden. And again, the characters Zara and Dilon are model up to characters of a novel series. That's actually looks pretty decent. Yeah. I have not seen that guy online in ages. Those heels, those are heels. I thought those were tennis shoes. All the heels. I mean, I know it's like a girl stuff, but still. Are there no tennis shoes? I mean, at the bottom of the list.
Gazork.
No, I actually don't like that green. I thought it was black. I don't like that either. I don't want to have her like wearing pink because that's not really. I think like black would be a good one. That's tempting as well. Kind of trying to get into the head of my character so I can try and think like what would she wear in my novel project, and I honestly don't know. Honestly, that looks good. I do want to change the shoes. Let's actually do heels. That's good. Sleepwear.
Anavid.
That's fine. I don't like that shirt though, so we're just gonna change the shirt to something else. It's fine. That's fine.
Fapu.
Athletic is. Yeah, that's fine. Actually, no. Make it a little bit more consistent. Let's also change the shirt as well. Swimwear.
Azasnox Bimba.
That's fine. I don't like the green though. I don't like the stripes. That's good.
Erkney Burr.
Alright, character done. We're actually quickly running out of time in this stream. We got about 9 minutes left before I can be wrapping things up. go ahead and also age up Dilon. Bye. Did I just pass it? Seriously? I did. Entertainment, parties. Birthday cake, blow out candles. Dilon night. A little bit short. I honestly was hoping that I would be done with the light fruits by the time we age up our kids, but that did not really happen. Hopefully you can choose a trait. A lifetime wish. We were doing well in our classes. We got an A in our classes, so we should be good. Let's see. Charisma is really like the only trait. I think we got like everything else we need for things, so we can just get like a throwaway trait. Probably gonna do flirty as well. And this time we are gonna be doing leader of the free world. Okay, so I think that's actually gonna do it for right now. Before we wrap things up, I do want to change the lifespan back to normal. Actually, we're gonna do it immortal now. Gort will be dying any day now. If you are remotely interested in what you see today, all the games I cover on my channel will be for 100% completion. I'm going to be streaming Sims 3 Pets yet again next Friday, 1 p.m. to 5 Pacific Standard Time. I'm going to be streaming Infamous 1 for 100% completion and the Platinum Trophy on Saturdays, 1 p.m. to 5 Pacific Standard Time. And I'm going to be streaming Saints Row 1 for 1% completion on Sundays, 1 p.m. to 5 Pacific Standard Time. That's gonna do it for today. Thank you guys for watching. And I will see you all next time. Surprisingly, we actually were able to stream for the full 4 hours today, so yay. The curse did not continue. At least the curse of this series. Just waiting for us to like quit out and then I was just in the stream. There we go. See you later.